Every single game that Sweet Baby Ink's been attached to has faced some level of controversy, and the majority of them have been complete and utter disasters. But Sweet Baby Ink's Infected Unknown 9 Awakenings release is right around the corner, and it's reportedly facing awful pre-orders and has an atrocious Steam wishlist ranking. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, this is basically Forspoken 2.0. It's a game that nobody really has asked for, and it's just a game that from the very get-go seemed like it was not going to go over particularly well. They actually, yes, did put a little bit of effort into this game because they picked Anya Carlotta, the actress who plays Yennefer in the Witcher TV series, to be the star of this. And yeah, she's a really good actress. She's beautiful, but instead of highlighting her beauty in the game, they gave her an extremely questionable character model. It's like they took her face and made her deformed, just like Yennefer was at the start of The Witcher. I don't know what they were thinking when it came to the face modeling in this game, but while people were initially hyped to hear that she was affiliated with this project, once we saw her in game, it all went downhill, and this has faced a ton of scrutiny already, primarily because, yes, Sweet Baby Inc. is affiliated, and we've all wondered, did they end up demanding the character model be altered in this game? That is a high probability because in the CGI cutscenes and those elements of the trailers, she's actually looked really good. She looks like herself, but when you see the gameplay, she just looks terrible. And when we got the full announcement trailer about 6 months ago, it didn't go over particularly well. It has 132,000 views. It is sitting at 2.6k likes and 17,000 dislikes, and the comments were brutal, saying things like they really gave her the Mary Jane chin, Forspoken didn't lose enough money, quick, put out something that looks even worse. The Sweet Baby Inc. co-founder is involved with this game, which answers my questions, and yes, Sweet Baby Inc.'s affiliation was actually hidden. They tried their very best to not bring a lot of attention to it because we only found out through interviews and names that were mentioned. It's not like it was on Sweet Baby Inc.'s webpage initially. It's not like they were highlighting, oh, hey, these are the individuals that are going to be a big part of the creation of this game. And they probably didn't want a lot of attention brought to it simply because there are so many boycotts going on surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. and narrative consultation companies, and whenever anyone who is affiliated with SBI is part of a project, people will instantly say, no, thank you, I'm gonna pass. But the developer Reflector Entertainment and publisher Bandai Namco appear to have a massive financial disaster on their hands with the SBI Infected Unknown 9 Awakening. The game, which goes on sale in about a month on October 17th, was added to Kabrutus's SBI Detected Steam Curator list back in March after it was revealed on the Shorty Awards website that Sweet Baby Inc.'s co-founders David Bedard and Kim Belair were listed in the game's credits sections. Yep, the Shorty Awards website did kind of leak it. It says Bedard is credited as the brand content manager at Reflector Entertainment, while Belair is credited as the story architect at Sweet Baby Inc. So you can tell this character, Haruna, is going to be a strong, independent woman who doesn't need anybody, who doesn't want any help. She's probably just going to be a, strong feminist brick. She's not going to have any substance. I mean, maybe it'll come out and it'll be really good, but I just highly doubt it. I have no faith in games that SBI is affiliated with, and we saw the massive failure of Forspoken not even that long ago, and when you watch the gameplay for this, that's all that it really looks like. It just looks like a lower budget Forspoken. Now, I don't think that this game had some massive budget, right? But when you look at this, all you can see is how terrible it looks. There are indie games and AA games that look absolutely amazing, but this just looks like they really wanted it to be modern day slop. It just doesn't seem like they put any effort into it. If I told you this was Anya Carlotta, you'd go, no, that isn't. That's a completely different person. They really did give her the Mary Jane chin. They truly made her look as bad as they possibly could. Took an absolutely gorgeous woman in real life and then butchered her face within this game. It's so disappointing to see. And while, of course, we are hearing rumors that the game is, facing very poor pre-order numbers, that's really only backed up by the fact that nobody's wishlisting it. I mean, look at titles like Black Myth Wukong, for example, skyrocketed on the wishlisted page. Was sitting at number 1 for a very, very long time, for months and months leading up to launch. This game is sitting at number 389. For top sellers, it's number 5,497. And we are, again, about a month away from release. So I don't think that this is going to be a success by any means. I bet it will probably join the ranks of KTJL, Capes, and Flintlock. If we go over to the Steam charts, as you can see, none of these games are doing good either. Yes, granted, they are single-player titles, and people play single-player games and then they move on. But if you look at the all-time peaks, they were never particularly good. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a title that Warner Brothers Games and Rocksteady, of course, dumped hundreds of millions of dollars into, peaked at 13,459, and yeah, it did launch on other platforms, but one would have assumed it would have been higher than this because all of the other Arkhamverse games were significantly higher. Then you have Capes. I think that Unknown 9 Awakening is probably going to be in the realm, budget-wise, of something like Flintlock, between Flintlock and Capes. So, Capes' all-time peak at launch was 664, so not very good there. And then Flintlock, only 2 months ago, at 648. So I suspect Unknown 9 Awakening is probably going to have an all-time peak of about 450 to 550. I don't think it's even going to get up to 650. And this is just absolutely pathetic for a developer who is going to get a lot of media attention. We can already tell. I mean, months ago when they showed off the trailer, there were a lot of outlets trying to say, wow, this looks like it's going to have a lot of potential. Even now, over only the past couple of days, we've seen the same thing happening because the media got their preview. Push Square said Unknown 9 Awakening plays like a long-lost PS3 remaster on PS5 and PS4, and they're saying it's absolutely fantastic, and it's just so nostalgic and cool, and hey, I haven't played it yet, so maybe I'll end up enjoying it when I do. I highly doubt it. I have no hype for this game. I know none of you have any hype for this game either, and just the fact that they butchered her face like this is so freaking heartbreaking. Again, gorgeous actress, and this is what they decided to do to her face. So, of course, there is still quite a bit of time before this actually releases, and I will be keeping my eye on it, but right now things seem very bad for the upcoming Sweet Babying title, and it looks like this is going to be another major disaster. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.